everybody, it's Luke Gargano from CatchUp Incorporation. Today I'm going to take you through my legs and abs workout. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Because I'm telling you, I ain't going to enjoy the feeling after this. No. But it's necessary. Got to catch up to our goals. Got to catch up to our mission. And yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys. So for today's workout, we started off with our first compound movement, which was a front squat. Now, let me tell you, there's a reason why I'm looking at that bar like that, because I'm like, I ain't saying all that. Like, front squats are literally the best mass builder there can be when it comes to exercises for the quads. Big compound movement. Want to make sure that we're almost going ass to grass. So what I mean by that is literally on the way down, you can see almost like my glutes are approximately reaching like my Achilles tendon area. So I'm going all the way to the ground, coming back up and squeezing my glutes on top. I feel like a lot of people neglect that component of the movement. So we're coming up, contract, squeeze those glutes on top. Almost like counting the seconds, 2, 3, up. And squeeze those glutes. That's going to build that nice, round, defined look in the glute department while maintaining constant tension on the quads. So once again, guys, front squats, very good mass builder when incorporating a compound movement for the legs. And we're doing 4 sets of approximately 8 to 10 reps. Now, the reason why I'm doing front squats on this particular day is because on Monday, when I did my first leg workout of the week, I performed back squats. So whenever you're doing day 1 back squats, you want to do day 2 of a front squat. That way we're getting a variety of every exercise. Okay, now, second compound movement of the day, because we focused on the quads, now we want to focus on the hamstrings. A lot of people, guys, when it comes to overall leg development, I find personally, neglect hamstrings. We always want to train the muscle groups that we see. So when we look in the mirror, or whenever we put on a nice slim fit pair of jeans or pants, what's the first thing that we're going to see? Obviously our quads. Why? Because we're looking down, we see our quads popping. But we want to make sure that we are training our hamstrings as well. Okay? Hamstrings is a very important muscle group to train, guys. I can't stress that enough. And plus, besides, it'll give you that nice full round horseshoe look to your legs, right? So if you wanna have overall leg development, I highly suggest you incorporate some kind of a deadlift variation. Today I did a stiff-legged deadlift with a different kind of twist on it. My toes are elevated. So when my toes are elevated, I am forced to drive from my heels, right? I'm driving from my heels in the ground. Toes are elevated, constant tension on the hamstrings and the glutes. And I did about 4 sets here of 8 to 10 reps once again. Now, I want to take this time to, again, talk about the importance of training hamstrings, okay? You can do all the squats you want in the world, okay? Yeah, are you going to get good leg development? Absolutely. But your hamstrings are not engaged unless you're doing one of 2 things, at least for a beginner. 1, hamstring curls, which is an isolation exercise, or 2, some kind of a deadlift variation. And I want you guys to remember, number 1, we want to prioritize compound movements. So we want to prioritize a deadlift over a hamstring curl. Now, obviously it goes by experience and all of that. But if you've been in the gym for about 3 months and you've, experimented and you have a little bit of knowledge or enough knowledge about deadlift form and you have a proper form when it comes to deadlift, I highly recommend you guys doing a deadlift variation before you do a leg curl, okay? Compound movements always take priority and precedence. Okay, guys, so this is now time to talk about this particular exercise. Now, I swear, this exercise, you see right there, like I literally almost tumbled over. I didn't even do a single rep. Forget the fact that I was already pre-exhausted from those squats and those deadlifts. Man, these attack your glutes, but most importantly, your hamstrings, man. Man, let me tell you. So, what these are called are side lunges. So, for those of you that don't know, I only found this out about 8 months ago myself. And when I found out, I was like, I'll stick to, regular lunges or split squats. But this, guys, this is probably the next best thing when it comes to the order of hamstring exercises to perform. First is obviously a deadlift variation. Then comes this, which are side lunges, and then it'll come a hamstring curl. So here, guys, what you want to make sure that you're doing is you want to make sure that, first of all, if you've never done this exercise before, I highly recommend you perform it body weight first. Here I'm using a 30-pound kettlebell. Now, obviously, I've worked up to that. And even then, I should have honestly, looking back at this footage, I should have grabbed the 25-pound kettlebell, just because what you're seeing here is, am I controlling the movement? Yes. But I want to go almost on a 3-second count on the way down of the eccentric portion of the movement. Okay? So, when I'm here, coming down, coming back up. See? So I'm counting here. 1, 2, 2.5-ish. But still, I should have used 25 pounds. I will note that for next time. But what you want to do here, guys, and I did a front view, and I'm going to show you the back view in a second when it pops up. But what you want to do is you basically want to take a step to your side. So let's say we'll wait for the next footage to come. That way I can illustrate this. Because I want to illustrate it properly. That way you guys can actually get a follow, play-by-play view of this. Yeah, just don't mind seeing my little ass in here. Okay, so here we go. So we are performing the side lunge first with the right. So we want to take a step with the left. And then what we want to do is we want to put all of our body weight dispersed amongst the left foot and the right heel. So we're taking that step, and we are literally shifting all of our body weight, you see that, onto our right hamstring. So we're almost like leaning to the side. This requires also, guys, before I even continue that, this requires a tremendous degree of core strength. I cannot even explain to you, yes, my hamstrings were absolutely annihilated after this, and my glutes too. But my obliques, guys, if you think about it, your obliques is what's keeping you upright. If you don't have strong obliques and an inner core belt, you will literally fall flat on your face when you do this movement. And I don't want that, guys. So, again, whenever we're performing compound movements, anything standing compound. So, overhead shoulder press, front squat, back squat, deadlift. All of those exercises incorporate the activation of the inner core belt and the obliques. So then when we go and do this movement, we're already pre-activated, the obliques are already engaged, and we're able to perform this movement effectively, guys. Again, this is a great one of the best, compound slash isolation exercises for the hamstrings. And here I performed only 3 sets, but of 10 to 12 reps per leg. Then we moved on to a back foot elevated split squat, if that makes sense. Why? Because our back foot is elevated here. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to, once again, so I'm performing the split squat here with my left leg first. So what we want to do is we want to put our left foot on the bench, placing all of our body weight dispersed into that right heel that's in the ground. That way we're lowering our center of gravity as we're coming down, almost like in mimicking a lunge position, and we're coming back up. And what I want us to think about here, guys, is once again, because our obliques are engaged, it's going to keep us upright. But what I want us to do is, I want us to, on the concentric portion of the movement as we're coming up, okay, I want us to squeeze the glute opposed to the foot on the bench. So here I'm using my right foot to hold myself up on the bench. What I want to do is, as I come up, I want to squeeze that left glute, boom. With every rep, squeeze that left glute, boom. Pure glute activation here, guys. And again, this is a great finisher for the quad. Because I started off with a front squat, I want to mimic that same position. However, whenever we're doing a split squat, it's very important to incorporate at least one unilateral movement in our workout, which means that we're training one side of the body at a time, okay? That way we're developing overall muscle development. And that is exactly why our next movement here, guys, is going to be a one-legged leg press. One-legged at a time, okay? Which means that literally we are, let's say you hop on a leg press on any other day and you're using both feet, both legs to press that leg press up at the same time. And let's say you have two 45-pound plates on each side, okay? What I want us to think about is if we are using only one leg at a time, we have to cut that weight at least in half. Okay, because we're not using both legs to perform the movement. So here, I literally have, it looks like a bunch of plates, but I'll literally be honest with you, I had two 45-pound plates on each side, okay? Because I want to control that movement. So what we want to do here is as we are coming down, all of the weight that's on the leg press is literally going to be pressed up from that heel that is on the leg press. So I'm using my left foot here. I'm driving up with my left heel. Okay, you never want to press up with your toes, even when you get fatigued. Why? Because as soon as your kneecap becomes engaged in this movement, you will blow your kneecap out of your joint, out of its socket, okay? So what we want to do again here is we're coming down, we're pressing from that heel, boom, right up. And I want us to think about squeezing with our glute, contracting with our glute, that we build that nice shape to our glute. And here I performed 4 sets of approximately 10 to 12 reps. Okay. Man, it's a lot of glute today. It's literally, I'm telling you, as I'm recording this footage here, I'm sitting in my car in peace and quiet, and I cannot tell you enough, I cannot wait to stand back up, to stretch, because my glutes are on fire. So here, once again, because we were focusing on, glute and quad dominant exercises today, but most importantly, because we did compound movements such as the deadlift and the squat that's incorporating both legs at the same time, we want to throw in another unilateral movement, which means that we're focusing on one side of the body at a time. So here I did a unilateral dumbbell hip thrust. Okay, these are great, once again, to build up that nice shape in the glute. So what we want to do here, guys, is, again, we're driving from the heel that is on the ground. So here I am activating my left glute. Why? Because my heel is on the ground, my right heel is on the ground, and it's pressing up. And what I want us to think about is with that leg that's straight, I want us to squeeze that glute as hard as we can up. That we're isolating each glute at the same time, guys. Okay, so here I performed 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and I'm roughly resting, guys, only about 45 seconds to a minute in between each one of these sets. Okay, I see a lot of people in the gym either on their phone and, okay, yeah, I get it. What you're gonna say, oh, but Luke, you're on your phone right now recording this footage, huh? I get it, absolutely, 100% you're right. But what I'm saying is either on Instagram or Facebook or, talking to their friends, whatever. When I'm in the gym, I go there for 2 hours a day and I'm looking to kill it. Like, I am looking to absolutely give it my 110%. Why? Because literally I think about those 2 hours as my time during the day, my time to become better, my time to catch up to the best version of myself. I have a goal in mind of competing in a men's physique competition next June. So literally I'm going in the gym every day, giving it my all as if it's my last workout. Okay, guys? So I want us to be fully engaged and focused whenever we're in our workout. It doesn't matter if it's leg day or if it's arm day. I don't care even if it's a day that it's, just an arm day and, I like what I'm doing and I know what I'm doing and I don't really need to hit it that hard. Then why are you at the gym? I want us to be focused and fully engaged when we're at the gym. Why? That we're catching up to the best version of ourselves, and it doesn't take 5 years to get to where you want to be. You can literally develop the physique of your dreams and start to see improvements at the bare minimum. You can start to see improvements within 3 months. 3 months of consistency, having a routine. Okay, guys? We'll get into this in videos to come, but I cannot stress it enough, guys, how important it is to literally adequate time in your day to self-development. Self-development for the things that you want to do. No one's going to do them for you. No one's going to go to the gym and work out for you. You literally have to put in the effort, the time, the sweat, and the patience, and sacrifice time that you could be doing things that you know, maybe it would enjoy more in the moment, but is that going to give you long-term happiness or long-term success? No. Okay, guys, I know I went on a little bit of a rant there, okay? But yeah, you know, I want to just, you know, talk about the importance of, you know, adherence, doing what you're going to do, doing what you set out to do without making any excuses. Okay, guys? Because I care about you guys, you know what I mean? And I wish that myself today could have talked to my old self and gotten my priorities straight. So yeah, guys. So we did, I didn't really talk about the exercise that we did prior to this footage that's playing right now, but just in brief summary, we did a single leg stiff-legged deadlift with a dumbbell, okay? And I performed 3 sets of about approximately 12 to 15 reps per leg. And then here, we did calf raises, first exercise for calf raises of the day on a leg press, for 3 sets of approximately 12 to 15 reps. And then here is the finisher, guys. Here is the finisher for the leg department, at least. And what we did here is we did a Smith machine toes elevated standing calf raise. I know. I literally I didn't even write anything down for this video of what to follow, and I almost like literally ate a pile of crap off the grass as I was saying that. I almost stuttered. So we finished off this workout here for legs using that exercise there for 3 sets of about 15 to 21 reps. And then we did just a little bit minimal ab training here. We did 3 exercises, 3 sets for about 15 to 21 reps. And we'll go into this a little bit. So number 1, you know, let's say you're at a gym, doesn't really have much equipment, but you have some cables, right? You have a set of cables. You can do cable rope crunches. Okay, this is one of my favorite exercises to do when it comes to core. Why? It's very easy to be able to add on weight on the cable per week. Like your abs, guys, whenever it comes to ab training, I'm going to get into this in future videos to come when it comes to nutrition and dieting and all of that. Because again, nutrition becomes 80% of the game, and then your workouts become 20%. Okay, so for an exercise like abs, where abs need to pop, yes, you need to add resistance onto exercises in order to make your abs pop, right? To grow. That's why we're doing cable crunches here. And we did 3 sets of about 15 to 21 reps here once again. But going into that diet, you know, the diet talk and all of that, which I'm going to upload a video on that to come soon. You know, guys, you could go into the gym every single day and train abs 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You can do all the cardio in the world. Your abs will not show and pop unless your diet is in check. I cannot stress it enough. Like, I see people going into the gym and adequating like an ab day. And you know what? To be honest with you, I admire that. Why? Because it shows how bad they want it, right? Like, you know, like you go into the gym 45 minutes. It requires a lot of mental strength to go into a gym and just perform abs for 45 minutes with intensity. Like, I'll be honest with you. Especially if it's resistance-based exercises, I'll hand it to you. But if you go home after that and it's the weekend and you say, you know, I trained pretty hard today. I'm going to go home and I'm going to, you know, not care about, you know, counting my macronutrients. And I don't have an idea as to, you know, what to eat. So I'm just going to eat, you know, let's say processed meat. Because why? Because it's protein. Well, yeah, it's protein, but processed meat has a lot of sodium. And what does sodium contain? Salt. And what does salt do? The more water you drink, the more water retention you have, which means that your ab region your abs aren't going to pop. Why? Because all that sodium is literally retaining all of that water, which is like making you look bloated, right? So just something simple like that, which I've had discussions with my clients because I work at a commercial gym, and I have conversations with my clients, and they just don't understand the concept of diet makes up 80% of the game, guys. So when I'm going into the gym, I'm training abs approximately 3 times a week right now, twice with resistance and once, body weight exercises like planks and stationary crunches and all of that. But if my diet wasn't in check, I would not have any kind of shape or structure when it comes to my abs being visible, right? So we want to make sure that our diet is in check. And once again, maybe I'm planning on doing a grocery haul video as to, going into my diet, exactly what I'm going to be eating and, taking you with me on that. That way you guys can, have some tips and some guidance on that. But again, guys, diet becomes 80% of the game. I cannot stress that enough. Okay. Now, for the second exercise for abs, we did a lying bodyweight leg raise. So usually I do these on like a captain's chair, the things with like a half Bosu ball that you kind of like put all your body weight on through your elbows, and you kind of just dangle there and you raise your legs. Or I'll do it on a pull-up bar. But today, number one, I just decided, let's change it up a little bit. Exercise rotation. Let's do them on the ground. And you know what? I enjoyed these. Why? Because after that leg raise, I kind of did like a little pop at the top, where like I, almost like pushing the door, an imaginary door closed from on the ceiling closed, and it was actually a pretty good variation. Like usually leg raises, depending on the variation that you do, it'll target the entire ab region, but it'll usually only target the top 2 abs or the bottom 2 abs, right? In the anatomy of the abdominal region. Whenever you incorporate that little bit of a pop at the top, oh man, your abs are on fire after that, especially after 21 reps. Oh man. And then how we finished off this workout, guys, is we did a Kettlebell Russian Twist variation of an oblique twist. And let me tell you, forget the fact that we trained legs today and all that. And just like that, everybody, that was legs and abs. Beautiful Friday outside. My legs are pretty much done. Like done. So I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna have a meal. Stay tuned. I am going to be doing a full day of eating very soon in one of the upcoming next videos. If there's any particular workout you'd like to see, or any kind of exercises that you want me to, demonstrate or, show in one of my vlogs or in my workouts, feel free, drop a comment down below. I'm going to have my 2 scoops of protein post-workout. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next